Cybercats, they're going to be picking up the clockwork as well. Good hero that started to work his way back into the meta. The hook shot always going to be nice from range. Just being able to lock down with the cogs, the battery still going as well. Just being able to really do the damage here on the side of HellRaisers, and the amount of control that this hero offers. No surprise to see him come out. Could set up for Enigma on that black hole as well if the Enigma goes for that quick blink dagger to get in, get some ability there for himself. But what else do you need to be worrying about on the side of Cybercats here with his Enigma? Because we've seen, like I said, the Beastmaster's gone, the Tiny's gone, Winter Wyvern's gone. They are three of the big heroes that stop this black hole. But are you still looking at heroes to come in and cancel this from HellRaisers that might want to play around getting the stun off when the Enigma tries to go? Because we don't see the Dawnbreaker picked up ban yet, and that is one of those heroes that seems to come up, well, it seems to come up every match anyway, but it seems to come up when the Enigma is on the opposite side.
The Division 1 teams in Eastern Europe deem Enigma the best Dawnbreaker counter. There was a debate between, on the panel. Pierre was the one that was mentioning the most why people are picking Enigma. Then he asked one of the interviewees in the interview, and he said, well, Dawnbreaker comes in and you just black hole him. In my mind, it shouldn't work that way, but Division 1, I'd say the Division 2 teams as well in Eastern Europe think so. So maybe when you see an Enigma, you just drop the ball. You don't think about the Dawnbreaker anymore. I also like that you mentioned the Dawn, because you said the Zeus, Puck, and the Bristleback, the strongest hero in the current meta. I guess you didn't really want to mention the OP one, because she is above the strong category.
Yeah, no, see, the more you mention it on casts like this and pro games, the more chance of being nerfed. And I'm getting some good MMR with the Dawnbreaker at the minute. So, if they could just leave her alone, just leave her how she is, I'd be very grateful. And I know my MMR will be happy with that too.
I can't wait for all of you Dawnbreaker spammers and Marcy spammers to start dropping your MMR, to go back from whence you came once they get nerfed. Warlock and the Pango, really nice. The AoE damage now that HellRaisers have is going to be amazing. And of course you have the Warlock to deal with Enigma. But I would argue that this is not a great Warlock game. Sure, laning phase wise, okay, is going to be able to cancel the Black Hole. But Clockwork and the Weaver are the bane of your existence. Your upheaval does nothing against them. And these two are going to be hunting him so much just to open up the potential space for the Enigma. And Cybercats, they do get their Weaver, so HellRaisers, they did their homework, I guess. They know how to deal with this guy. But from the heroes that they have right now, I wouldn't say that they have dealt with the Weaver overall.
No, I mean, what are you going to be looking at for this last pick here for HellRaisers? The Weaver does come out, the Wyvern's gone, the Faceless Void is going to get banned out here as well. So Cybercats, there is a lot of control that they've taken away in this draft here, and HellRaisers up against the Weaver, is there something specific you might be looking towards that can help keep this Weaver locked down?
The Faceless Void was the first one that came to mind. It got taken away. To be honest, I don't see anything in particular here. I think HellRaisers are a little bit lacking in the pushing department, but usually the thing that they lack with their heroes, they make up in plays. We have seen that in a game where they played a position 5 Alchemist and position 1 Medusa, and they still made it work. So they actually made it look really strong in the lane. So I'm thinking you just want to get a hero that can be in the face of the Enigma and is going to be benefiting from the heals. I just don't want to see a Spectre. I always emphasize how much I'm not a fan of the Warlock Spectre lane. I want to see something that can run at the Enigma just to rip her apart.
Okay, well, we'll see. The Monkey King's going to be the final ban here for Cybercats. HellRaisers, what are they going to be going for? They don't have a lot of reserve time left. Only 3 seconds left on the clock there, and HellRaisers, they are going to take every second of this to think about what they want to be picking up finally to come into this final lineup. Cybercats, they do have a little bit more time with 1 minute and 42 left on the clock. So HellRaisers, they go for the Luna. I mean, you've got the Eclipse that can come out, the Lucent Beam that comes out. It's a lot of right-click damage as well with those bouncing glaives. You put that with the Fatal Bonds of the Warlock, that's a lot of damage.
True, but then again, you have the Eidolons that are going to eat up some of the Eclipse. It is the fastest farmer in the game so far, but I would have to say the last time I didn't believe in HellRaisers either. I'm not the biggest fan of their draft. They have some team fight, they have some damage, they're kind of all over the place, but I think Luna is a hero that you can exploit. That is the thing. She doesn't do well against the Doom. She doesn't do well against the Weaver. She doesn't do well against the Ember Spirit, and none of the heroes of HellRaisers really do well against the Ember overall. So if I'd have to go just off of the draft, I'd say cybercats, they got this one.
Okay, well, we'll see how it's going to play out here. I can never look past the Luna pick again. Luna is one of those heroes that I play. It's just, it's free MMR when you're playing in the bracket that I'm playing in. So I'm always going to have a bias to that hero, even if it's complete trash. So I'm going to say, just to go against you, I'm going to say HellRaisers. They've got this first game, and cybercats, they're going to be needing to push this game to a 3-game series, because HellRaisers, they're going to be on the warpath here in this first game. And yeah, I think they got it.
Yeah, to be honest, I am expecting outplays to come out from HellRaisers, but as I said just off the draft, this is a classic cybercats draft. Okay, I just got my all of my things dropped down for some reason, but who cares? I survived. That is the most important thing. Hopefully, am I good on camera, Rob? There?
A little bit to your. I don't know which direction it is.
Wait. Yeah.
Yeah.
That should be better.
Perfect.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually,
I'm
just
alive.
throw it the complete opposite way.
Why?
You know, just.
Really?
Yeah. Just the opposite way, just for a bit.
Why?
It doesn't matter. I was trying to get you off camera for a little minute, but yeah. So we're gonna be getting ourselves into game number 1. Let's take a look as we move through. Draft has happened. You don't have to look at our pretty faces anymore. We'll get ourselves into the game.
Yep, so, you know, I was trying to make a point, but then I almost got killed by my shelf. Hopefully that does not happen again.
Yeah, I mean, you can't be disturbed like that. Tell your shelf to wait till after the series is done, and then it can kill you all at once.
I was hoping you would say like, "Yo, man, are you okay?" or something along those lines.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, okay. Don't let it kill you until after the tiebreaker match tomorrow, because if you're not here, I don't know what I'd do in terms of, you know, I just have to ask somebody else, and that'd just be awkward. Trying to talk to someone else, that's just awkward. So yeah, okay, for the next 24 hours, let's say.
Okay, thank you, Rob, for thinking about me that much, but for all of those people that actually do care, I'm fine. Nothing hit my head, so my all immense Dota knowledge is gonna stay intact, and my immense Dota knowledge here says that cybercats lineup looks great. If they don't win this game, I don't really see them winning a game against HellRaisers, to be honest.
Okay, well, on the bottom lane, there is going to be a Lucent Beam coming through, so Watson going to be able to steal that bounty rune away. There is going to be 3 going the way of HellRaisers here, so good start for them. This Doom has to do the walk of shame here, back to his lane. Back to... He's actually not going to go back. He's going to get the D-Ward off first, it looks like. Mali's going to be throwing some harass out onto Phasor, but Phasor, he gets that D-Ward, gets himself 100 gold for his troubles, and now the Shadow Word does come through onto Phasor. So Phasor, he's going to be taking some harass, getting himself back in. He's got himself 6 tangos there as well as the stick, so he's got a decent amount of regen. Shouldn't be super troubled by this, but again, you've got to be looking in the lane. You know, the Luna being able to put out the Lucent Beams with these Fatal Bonds as well. The damage, once he gets level 2 here on the Warlock, the damage could ramp up in this lane, and I'm interested to see how cybercats, like say, the Eidolons might soak up some damage coming through onto this, but I'm really interested to see how they're going to play this cybercats in this off lane.
Yeah, I'm also curious to see how this lane is gonna go, because, you know, Luna, they probably picked it intentionally into the Enigma, the hero that we haven't seen a long time, the Luna, and it's actually been, the Enigma has been popular, Luna not so much, so HellRaisers, they know something we don't, and I definitely want to see it in action.
I think coming through when Watson was on Bait, God, how long ago was that? But yeah, when he was on Bait, this was one of his signature heroes. This... basically the big 3 farmers, this, the Medusa and the Terrorblade, you know, he absolutely run away. He won games single-handedly sometimes, playing the Luna. So I'm not as shocked to see it come out, even though it's not in a great place at the minute. But, you know, it's one of those heroes that I think that Watson, if you need to come in clutch, then the Luna's going to be one of those heroes that it's a comfort pick for him, and he's always going to have the chance to do that if he needs to really step up.
Yep, that is the case. You know, he is pretty comfortable on the hero. This hero can be incredibly strong in the lane, and it can be in your face. It does benefit from the IO quite a lot. And you Warlock, it's kind of the same deal. You run into the face of the opponents, they do some damage to you, you get healed up, and you go once again.
Yeah, and while we'll take a look, I mean, the Shadow of the Lucent Beam's going to come through onto Enigma, but Fergus should be able to walk himself away from most of the damage. Obviously, not going to be able to walk away from the Shadow Word. Top lane, though, there's going to be going to Shigetsu. Can he get himself away from this? The Sakuchi's going to wear off, and Shigetsu's trying to run himself away. There is going to be the battery still coming through from H2O, so he might change targets here. Gilga, no spells left, already used them both. And that Weaver's going to be able to get himself back, has to use the salve here. Even going to be toggling the items into his backpack to get the most benefit from that salve. But H2O, ooh, they're going to be able to get a little bit of damage coming through. And Gilga, what can he do? He's still got that rebound if he needs it. But the Dispose has already been used, and H2O just pops the battery assault once again. But the rebound will be coming in. H2O, can he get himself away from the danger? Going to be chased down. Cogs do get dropped, but then again, so does... Was that a kill on the other lane as well?
Yep.
Okay. Well, the Clockwork goes down, but we do technically miss first blood, with Phasor going down just a second before.
Man, this camera work is just not great. The Clockwork made a mistake there. He had a Fairy Fire. He was 100% alive there if he did pop it. So a bit of a misstep coming out for him. Maybe he wanted to die, considering he had no mana. But considering it would have been the first blood, unless, of course, the Doom had died as well. I'm not sure if it was worth it. But either way, he does come back to the top lane, full mana, full HP, and the Weaver is farming well. So Shigetsu, despite the pressure, is actually having a pretty nice time, which is to be expected. This guy on the Weaver, he knows what he's doing.
Yeah, he's going to be going for the Falcon's Blade early on. Do you think here Weaver, you know, does he want to be going for that Lincoln's early on, do you think here, or is this just straight into a little bit more of a damage build for the Weaver? Oh, there's going to be another Dispose onto the Clockwork. The Swarm does get dropped though. Gilga, can he get himself away? He's going to be able to get himself out of the Cogs with the rebound. Shigetsu chasing on. The Sakuchi's going to be there. He uses that Fairy Fire, trying to keep himself alive. Going to be slowed down here. Shigetsu, this damage. He's going to try and come back in, Gilga. He doesn't have any spells for the next 3 seconds here. The damage of one more right click. They're going to be able to get the kill. And Shigetsu goes down. I'm going to call that a classic caster curse coming through from the one and only Hurry. And Shigetsu, he has no one else to blame but you.
I'm gonna call it Shigetsu not being able to play his best hero, because Gilgir had the bug on him, was in minus armor, and instead of hitting him, he ran in with a level 1 Shikuchi that, you know, that spell doesn't do that much damage. And because of that, the bug got removed. Marcy, she got her armor back, and then the right click started doing no damage. Plus, he got a little bit too close, so I'm just kidding. I don't know if the right click would have helped him, but it definitely wouldn't have put him in a position where the Visage could run him down so easily. Either way, the Weaver, you know, he dies, but he's still farming quite well. It's not like his lane is completely ruined, like let's say the Enigma, who has only 11 CS.
Yeah, and taking a look as well. Actually, Gilga is going to be seen by H2O. It looked like H2O, he did get the pull off and he got that stack off. So the Dispose comes through. He tried to cliff him there. Couldn't find the angle, Gilga, and H2O is going to be able to march himself away from this. And Gilga, he's a little bit faster. He's going to be able to run himself away after that Dispose comes out. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, Shield Crash, we've seen Rabel and Igor briefly, but looking at this matchup here coming through, Igor's taking a lot of punishment. You know, Gilga's rotating as well. He's looking for someone to rebound off, and Rabel's not close. He's low health as well, and you can see that Igor, he knows this is happening. He's just hiding himself away in the trees. How does this matchup in the mid lane go? Because, you know, the Pangolier is going to be putting out a lot of physical damage. Already 3 points into the Swashbuckle, 2 into the Shield Crash. And Igor, he just looks like he's scared to come up into the lane here.
You know, Ember is one of those heroes that deals okay against everyone. You know, there's a few matchups that he deals really well with. Oh, Rabel.
They're going to be able to go, and he does get the kill onto Rabel now as well, with that Flame Guard coming through and the Remnants being dropped. He did just hit level 6. H2O was rotating as well, but Gilga will be able to soak some XP. So Gilga maybe being a little bit overconfident with the amount of health that he did have with the rotation coming through. And yeah, Rabel will go down there. Gilga couldn't get there in time to try and save him. And Gilga, at least he gets a couple of creeps worth of experience in this lane. In fact, he's freezing the lane out here as well, just for the return of the Pangolier. I really like this. Only taking the last hit when he knows it's impossible for the Pango to take it, but he throws it out as best as possible away from the tower. So the Pango's going to get max XP when he comes back into this lane.
Yep, that's the case. The thing is, you know, I was making a point. The Pango isn't like the Embers. There are some matchups that he's not that great in, but against the melee heroes, he's mostly really good. Just because you can always connect with a shield crash, and you just won't be caring about any of the damage. So that is exactly what happened here. Rabel, you know, being able to fight Igor quite nicely. He has done well in the lane, despite this solo kill, we can call it that way. He is still ahead in net worth. So you know, slightly Pango favored, but that kill for Igor is definitely gonna be beneficial.
Yeah, I suppose it helped that as soon as Igor got the kill, you know, he had to leave the lane, he had to move himself away from this top lane, though they're going to make another dive onto the Clockwork. Clockwork going to be thrown out of his own cogs, and Mayro already has those, the familiars up, so he's going to be doing a lot of damage outside onto the Clockwork that the Clockwork just can't get rid of.
Yeah, this is a formidable lane. You always know that it's gonna be very tough where you're playing the against the Morrissey Visage lane. Luckily for them, the Weaver only died once and is still farming quite well, but the Clock himself is gonna be struggling. You know how much you're gonna be a target in that lane. It's just how it goes. Weaver isn't an easy catch. Well, on the other hand, you are.
Yeah, and I suppose, like you always say though, it is shielding for the core that you know, if you are taking the ganks, especially in that position 5 role, it means that your core, or it should mean that your core is able to get back into the tower. So it's not the worst thing in the world. Speaking about the worst thing in the world, there is going to be a Rolling Thunder coming through, but rolls himself right down the river and away from the Ember Spirit. So, okay, calling that the worst thing in the world is probably a little bit harsh. As we are going to be seeing a smoke coming through from Phasor, Ego's rotating through as well, but again, Malady is looking to be the buffer. No, Watson's stepping up, Watson level 6, but he's not taking a point into the Eclipse just yet. And also the Shadow Word is going to be his Warlock. He's still going to be taken down though. Malady, he should fall, will fall. Ego picks up the kill. Any rotations, any TPs, Watson just keeping himself underneath the tier 1 tower. Rocket Flare comes out, but Watson's going to be stepping up anyway. He's still got the 2 points into the Bouncing Glaives, trying to do what he can to clear up these Eidolons, and the pressure onto the tower going to be nullified here once again by Watson.
Yep, he'll stay there. He didn't want to TP immediately, even though it was kind of a slippery situation for him if the Ember decided to dive, but didn't know where the Luna was exactly. So deciding to get himself out is as the Ember is a pretty, you know, okay decision. I'm liking that Watson is staying here. The thing against the Enigma, you want to stay on the lane for as long as possible so that you can defend the tower. But now with the black hole up, it's going to be a bit harder to do so.
Yeah, meanwhile on top lane, Rebel's going to be coming across H2O. The shield crash comes in as well. The battle's already been used. They have the familiars. They have the rebound onto. Did they take down the Weaver as well? They're going to be able to get the stun into Phasor, but the swashbuckle, they are going to be able to get the kill into Shigetsu. And now Phasor has to try and run himself away from this. The Rolling Thunder, did you want to try and go for it? It is available now, and Phasor not going to be able to get himself out of danger. He will be taken down. Now the chase onto Ego. Ego though, Sleight of Fist, what's he going to be able to do? Because Rebel is going to be pretty darn low as the courier comes in. They're going to be able to get another disposed stun onto 2 heroes. The H2O, but the Sleight of Fist, Searing Chains, Marcy gets locked down. Shadow Word trying to keep himself alive for as long as possible, trying to get himself away now as well. Does he have anything to get out? He does have that TP scroll, but the chase is on Ego. He might just try and deny himself to the neutrals, goes back into it, trying to dive himself around here. The neutrals, they do get it! Oh, that is just throwing it in the face of Ego though here, you know, just rubbing it in. As Malady, Shadow Word comes out, H2O though is going to be able to close that gap with the batteries coming through as well. Ego does have that haste rune. Malady, can he get himself away from this? He looks like he might not be able to. Rotation in though. The cogs is going to push Rebel away, but not before he gets that swashbuckle off. Ego with the Slight Fist, going to be able to get the kill onto Malady now as well. The chase down on H2O is going to go down, and Watson has moved in. Yeah, he's going to be able to get some stacks. He just so happened to be in the neighborhood and assists with the kill though.
Yep, that is a nice rotation from Watson. He literally moved through his whole jungle, and he got a lot of farm. Then he connected now with the fight as well. You know, I'm really liking what AHR is doing. The reason why they're fighting top so much is they understand that cybercats are very strong around the mid lane. You want to be playing around the Ember Spirit. This team likes playing around the mid lane as well, and you know they're waiting for those Weaver rotations. Plus, from the mid lane, it's much easier to rotate towards the Enigma, which is pretty much where cybercats want to be if they are the ones on the aggressive. So HellRaisers, with that in mind, they're just trying to force as many rotations as they can to the top lane. And Shigetsu, man, it would be really bad if he dies again.
Yeah, he gets that time lapse off, but it just puts him into the path of Gilga. Gilga's going to be able to get the dust off. Anything to close that gap, though. She gets to with the Sakuchi trying to get himself away. The swashbuckle comes in. They're going to be able to get the rebound out. The dispose comes through now as well. And Raven put the hook shot onto Gilga. Can they go even further onto this? The cogs are going to be dropped, but so will that golem. H2O going to be taking so much damage. The Doom comes through onto the Pangolier. The Pangolier, he's already used that the Rolling Thunder now as well. And Mero gets the kill onto Igor. Fazel's just trying to do what he can up under that high ground, dodging vision, but he's still going to be killed off. And Mero gets himself the double kill. This will open up the mid lane tier 1 tower as well. With these familiars, with Watson marching himself in with the Mask of Madness, the creeps, they're going to drop in no time. They are going to be able to trade out a tier 1 tower on the bottom lane because the Enigma's going to be able to take that one down. But this tier 1 tower in the mid lane, it's just going to fall while the tier 1 tower on the top lane's already going on the side of cybercats as well. So HellRaisers, even when they lose something, they make sure they get something out of the fights and something off the map as well.
Yep, that is really good for HellRaisers.
The cogs do get dropped, but H2O, can he get himself full way? The Unleash gets thrown up by Marcy, and Mero he's got so many options to dive off here with the rebound. It's like first year in chance. Did you come through? Mero's going to get locked down. Can he get himself away from this one? She gets who's going to be in now as well. Do they have the reveal? She gets who's going to try and chase down onto Mero, uses the time lapse, get himself back safe. They're going to be able to get onto Gilgan maybe, but Mero pulls those creeps off the Rolling Thunder once again, but they're going to be able to get the steering chains. Pangolier gets locked down. Shield Crash comes out. Can they follow up anything from this fight now as well? The rebound once again. Gilga's going to go down. Mero is trying to fly himself, flapping himself drastically to get himself away from the damage, away from the rest of the side of cybercats, but cybercats with a good couple of pickups there.
Yeah, a bit of an overdive coming out there. Mero loses his familiars as well, so you know he might have survived, but he's not gonna be that useful in the next 100 seconds. It's a big deal. HellRaisers have done everything right up until the point of the dive. They've overtaken they've taken the top tower, they've taken the mid tower. Their lineup isn't that great at pushing, but after you win a team fight with the Luna, you are actually able to get them down. I'm liking that Watson is getting involved early on. We saw just how much those glaives can do, you know, when the Doom and the Ember Spirit are standing next to each other and the glaives start bouncing, the damage is gonna be overwhelming, and that is something that cybercats have to be careful of. But with the Luna not being played too often, it is normal to make a misstep like that.
Yeah, and I like that Watson's going back for the BKB as well, you know. In fact, just as I say that, he swaps off, you know, he's got that Yasha queued up now. I was going to say, I like that he's going for the BKB because it does signal his intent to get involved in the fights, but obviously going to go back for the Yasha. Actually, a little bit of damage that's going to come through. Can always get himself the Manta style off that as well. He's right at the top of the net worth chart there as well. You can see he's about, what's that, 1,500 gold above the Weaver. He's using the Mask of Man as well. Meanwhile, in the river though, they're going to be able to get the dispose off. The Unleash gets used as well as the rebound into that Rolling Thunder, and the Doom, he's going to go down once again here. 1-4-1 on the Doom. He's not having a great game, Fazor, and what can he really do to get back into this? Because all he's going towards the Blink Dagger, but all he's got is the regen boots and one raindrop left. That's not great for a Doom at 15 minutes in.
It definitely isn't. With the Doom, you want to be playing around your team as the support Doom, because the Doom and the Clockwork, they don't really have the damage, so they'll always need the Ember to finish people off. And, you know, Cybercats, ideally they would... Oh, that's...
The rock got dropped, but he got the time lapse off from it here, Shigetsu. So the Golem is going to be down here. The Warlock Golem looking to push through farm. There is still going to be the Fatal Bonds going here now. Rebel's going to get doomed. Rebel, he didn't have that Rolling Thunder for the next few seconds now as well, but the rebound comes in into the Black Hole, though, bounces himself right back into it. Gilga's going to go down. What else can he get from this? It looks like they might be able to take on Mero as well as Watson's trying to use that Eclipse as much as possible. H2O is going to go down, but the bouncing glaives are going to be able to get the damage onto Shigetsu with the Shikutsu away, and the rest of his team, well, 3 heroes down on the side of HellRaisers. Rabel and Malady not close enough to finish off the kill onto Shigetsu. Oh, I mean, Rabel's hunting though. If he gets a good swashbuckle off, he's going to be able to get it. He claims the kill as well as the neutral creeps here, and Rabel, that's just showing off.
Did the familiars die again? I'm gonna say yes, because I don't see them anywhere on the map. I think if the familiars survive, HellRaisers just now walk into Roche. It wouldn't surprise me if they do so anyways. They have really good vision of the top part of the map, hell, even of the bottom part of the map. But those familiars being lacking, you are lacking in the damage compartment a bit. Still, you know, HellRaisers, I think they're being overly aggressive, but they're always fighting on the top part of the map, knowing that the side of Cybercats aren't the greatest at Roche. You want to be forcing fights there over and over again, and when one goes solidly away, you just walk into the pit, and this is exactly what they do. Cybercats, they don't have the tools to defend this. It kind of falls down on H-Duo to make something happen here in the pit.
And how are you liking this? The Viserys goes straight for the Wraith Packs. You know, he's going to go back for the drums, but for the very first item he's got here, it's just going to be that Wraith Packs. Is this a real good choice here for Mayro, do you think? Yep,
it is the meta item plus cybercats do a lot of AoE damage. They don't really have single target focus damage. The Wraith Pact is that much better against AoE damage, and cybercats are already a little bit struggling in the damage department, especially finishing off heroes, and that is gonna make it almost impossible for them to win fights. We saw an almost perfect black hole in the previous fight, and they still ended up going even. It just goes to show how much damage output the side of HellRaisers actually do have.
Yeah, and I mean, I said right before that fight kicked off as well that the Doom, it wasn't really in a good place. Phaser, though, does have that blink up. The Doom's going to be back up in 8 seconds as well, so they might try and jump onto Rabel if Rabel keeps showing here. Shigetsu was close, but it looks like Rabel, the spidey senses are tingling, so he's going to move himself back out of danger here. Going straight towards he's already got himself the Aghanim Shard, so he wants that Scepter now as well. And HellRaisers, they're going to be seeing H2O with the ward. I think it's just in D-ward range. The hookshot comes in, though. It's going to be onto Marcy. Gilgit, what can he do from this? He's going to be locked down by the Searing Chains as well. Sleight of Fist comes out, eager to be able to claim that kill. And they might go even further onto this, but Mayro, he's sending those familiars in first.
Yep, pretty easy one. That is the strength of the Clockwork. I'm liking that cybercats are keeping their big jungle at least safe somewhat. You cannot allow the enemies to have good control of your outpost and their outpost as well. Considering that you have an Enigma, ideally you would want to play on the bottom lane, but DK Fogus, he just doesn't feel comfortable going there.
Oh, look at this. Panglia gets doomed. He did get himself into the roller before the Doom came out. Gilga's going to try and jump in. The Warlock's going to drop the rock now as well. Finn's going to get pretty down low. Let's say Watson wants to go in with the Eclipse. And Igor, he's trying to run himself away as fast as quickly as possible. He might try and look for a pickoff here onto the Panglia. The Panglia might still go down. Sleight of Fist. Yes, Shigetsu's going to be able to pick this one up. Gilga, though, he's looking for that rebound into the Dispose. Who's he going to be able to find? Igor's still showing. That's going to be the rebound. Could he get the Dispose off? No, he's going to be taken down here. And Igor might still get himself away. That haste rune is going to be wearing off, but he jumps himself away to the Remnant. And Igor just gets himself out of danger with the last bit of his mana.
I have to say the Doom is doing a good job finding the Pango. If the Pango doesn't get doomed in these fights and gets the Rolling Thunder off, the fight is just over. There is no way for cybercats to engage in any way. But given that the Doom is always fighting his target, it is giving a fighting chance to the side of cybercats. I just want to see them find some pickoffs when they don't have the Doom. That is the important thing. I think you have the Weaver. He can play a bit more aggressive on the map. Maybe Shigetsu is a bit afraid and he's waiting for that BKB, but I don't see a lot of things that can actually end his life right now.
Yeah, yeah, he just seems to get the time-lapse off the perfect time during all the fights, so yeah, I'd like to see Shigetsu get a little bit more involved, and like I say, maybe the other waiting for the BKBs. Enigma's BKB is not too far off there as well, so once those are out, it's gonna be it's gonna be much easier to take a fight up against HellRaisers and land those black holes. You know, get yourself in, get yourself out of danger if you are the Weaver. And meanwhile, he's pushing this bottom lane. You know, he's staying himself away from the side of HellRaisers, who continue to push in. That Aegis is up for another minute and 44, so Watson could still look to get aggressive with the rest of HellRaisers here and expand that as they do push onto the tier 2 tower in the top lane.
Right now, cybercats are trying to trade. It is very important for them to do so, because if you let go of the top tier 2 and you don't take the one from the enemies, it's gonna be bad if they can control 2 outposts. With 2 outposts, the HellRaisers are almost guaranteed to secure themselves the second Roche. But with the bottom one dropping down, you're at least gonna have this pressure that you can apply to the enemies. Okay, the high ground Luna is just so damn dangerous, and Watson, he really wants to go in. You're up against the black hole though, so you lose one of your lives, you're probably gonna lose the second one as well.
Yeah, I think he was just waiting. There was going to be the stomp here coming through from Phaser. Did he have enough lockdown? Luna could come through. The Eclipse is going to be coming out in 1 second. He does have that Mantis Isle available to him as well. Rolling Thunder. Do they want to try and maybe move into this? He's going to be able to do a lot of damage here onto H2O. H2O could get himself away. As, yeah, I thought he might go in with the Rolling Thunder with everybody queuing up. But Watson, he's still going to be on that front line. So has that Aegis for the next 42 seconds. Can they time this right to keep Watson low without killing him off? No, it looks like that might be the Aegis. No, he's going to back himself away. Do they want to chase here? Watson, again, the rebound's going to be used for that extra movement speed. The Germinate attack comes through. Watson's going to get low, but it's not going to be finishing the job. I'm surprised. I mean, 27 seconds, the black hole comes out, immediately cancelled here. The Eclipse, the Lucent Beam comes through. They're going to be able to clean up on Focus. Phasor goes down now as well. These two heroes do have the buyback available. Watson, he's got the age 18 seconds. What's he going to do with this here? Manta Star has already used 6 seconds on that cooldown, but he's going to be moving himself through 21 minutes into this game, and they've already claimed themselves a lane of racks here. Watson going to be moving out with the rest of his team. 7 seconds on the Aegis still, and he's going to be able to regen up, maybe move through to this tier 2 tower in the mid lane as well, with the catapult being up. Real dangerous position here for cybercats.
That is what I would call crumbling under pressure for cybercats. Watson, he played that perfectly. He knows he cannot die on the high ground. He's gonna get black holed and he will die. So you understand that you cannot do that. So he's constantly poking, keeping himself low. He's forcing cybercats to try to commit. In the end, they commit with the worst possible hero, it being the Enigma. This is just the advantage that you weren't built for. This lineup can't have the lane of rags being pushed right now. We talked about, you know, the top tier 2, the outpost getting you the second row, the racks. They pretty much secure it.
Oh, they're going to be able to get a hook shot onto Gilga. The Gilga that was in this H2O is taking a lot of damage. The Fatal Bonds come out now as well. Look at this, the damage is going to be absolutely blowing up. Phasor goes down as well. Shigetsu gets that time lapse off. He's using the BKB, but this is going to be his first BKB charge, basically to run himself away, and the chase is still on. He doesn't have boots, so he's going to be relying on the Sakuchi to get himself away from this. And yeah, even Focus, he's going to be using that Blink Light to get himself away. Still no BKB onto the Enigma either, so he didn't have the black hole for that. It was just, I think the running the Doom would have been nice, but the Doom couldn't even get his ultimate off.
Cybercats, what they tried there, it wasn't really tactical. It was, let's try to surprise our opponents with speed, right? We have the timing of the BKB Weaver, and let's try to get there before the enemies do. When they're not in position, we will crush them. But the thing is that HellRaisers, they were aware of this, and they didn't spend even 1 second going towards the bottom lane. They just ran there like madmen, so they were in position once Cybercats came over. This game is looking pretty done and dusted. Watson wanted the BKB there for a second, now decides to go for a Lincoln. To be honest, I would have liked the BKB more, just because you know that you're gonna fight. So for the next Roche, if you have the BKB, there's almost no chance for Cybercats to kill you. You get it off, even if you get doomed, you turn around and fight, and you're gonna be crushing everyone.
Yeah, and so he isn't actually going to be too far away from the Lincolns, like you said there. The BKB, I thought might have been the better choice, but he does have that Manta style, so he's not looking too afraid at the minute, you know. And it's something I didn't think about as well in the draft. The Marcy keeps putting the sidekick onto one of the familiars, so that plus 65 damage coming through for 6 seconds onto Mero's familiars, you know, it's really chunking through the buildings because of the attack speed that comes through on the little familiars.
Yeah, if you don't need the Luna, the lifesteal on the Luna, you actually put it on a familiar, and people are just gonna get destroyed by one of those. Cybercats, they're not in a good position. At least they're gonna lose one right now, as well as the top part of the map.
Oh, the BKB comes out. Shigetsu, though, he does have that time lapse available if he needs to get himself out of danger. Gonna be taking a lot of damage. That is gonna be time lapse coming through now, but how does he get out? Because the BKB will be wearing off. He gets locked down, and Watson claims the kill. 63 seconds, he is down, and Roche 3 minutes away. So HellRaisers, I guess they have no other option but to try and force out a buyback on this Weaver.
Yeah, it's not like they have options, you know. You're only 10k ahead, you only have stronger late game, you are arguably a much better team. So yeah, I would say that they are really out of options right now, HellRaisers. They don't know what to do. Do we win now or do we win later? It's very hard to choose.
Yeah, look at this as well. The Manta Star Illusion's even pushing out the lane from the Luna. It's just, you can see that Igor, he's having to use the Searing Chains onto the familiars to make sure he doesn't get jumped on, and because the familiars have that the pathing, you know, the flying pathing that they can get themselves around, then if you see the familiars, there's already always the threat of Gilga jumping in from nowhere as well, so you have to be on edge every time you see these little birds. And like you say, HellRaisers, they're taking complete control of this map, and do they want to win it now, or do they want to wait a little bit for the Roche to come back up, maybe get that extra ace up the sleeve just in case?
The thing is, you're still somewhat afraid of the black hole, especially when you don't have the warlock golem. But we can see that they're still with their movements from left side to the map to the right one. They're trying to not allow cybercats to get out of their base. So even if they're not getting any big objectives, they're stopping the enemy from getting anything themselves. And this is just a perfect play from them.
Yeah, they're going to be able to get the lockdown. The black hole does come through. What damage can they do? It looks like Marcy might go down here. Luna's getting pretty down low as well, but he's going to be able to pop the eclipse. He's going to be able to do a lot of damage before he goes down. 2 heroes dead on the side of HellRaisers. H2O is going to get pretty down low as well. We do have that Shadow Word coming out in an AoE now. H2O is still going to go down. Couldn't get the TP away, and that means Phasor goes down now as well. With the Familiars doing a lot of damage, the Searing Chains, the Slight Fist comes up. Going to be able to get the stun. Ego's out of mana as well. Can he get himself away? The Diffusal Blade, he's going to try and drop that Remnant, but he doesn't have the mana to get to it now, and he's going to get disarmed. Can he get himself away from the danger? He absolutely cannot. So you lose 2, but you pick up 4 on the side of HellRaisers.
Ego tried to cosplay EPL there, like maybe I'm that guy, but yeah, that's not how it works. I'm okay with HellRaisers going for a play like that. The thing is, even if they lose the fight convincingly, which obviously they didn't, but there was a chance because the black hole was amazing, you're still fine because the Roche isn't there. Pretty much without the black hole, cybercats, they can't fight Roche, and the Aegis on the Luna is the thing that can win the game. I have to say though, that was a risky play. Let's say if the Roche spawns earlier and they do just a tad bit more damage during that black hole, cybercats can't get themselves back in the game. So risky play for HellRaisers. It does pay off in the end, and this should put a nail in the coffin. I don't see cybercats coming back from this one because they just cannot defend the Roche without the black hole.
Yeah, you can see now as well. I mean, the Cloak of Flames comes out from Rabel as he farms up, but more importantly, he finds himself a double damage rune here as the Roshan comes back up. The Rocket Flare, he's going to see the respawn, but is this do or die now for cybercats? It looks like they want to be coming out here. Where's that smoke? Are they going to be able to get themselves away? Yeah, even the TP comes out from Ego just so he can get in the smoke as quickly as possible. But how did he defend this? Another rocket flare comes through. This Roche, it's getting low. It looks like it might already be close to going down. Rabel going to be outside of the pit. Shigetsu's going to try and do his best. The hookshot comes in though. He might claim this. The golem's going to be dropped here, and Shigetsu, he's going to be able to take down Rabel, who claims that Aegis. It is going to be H2O. H2O going to be taking a lot of damage. The Aegis gets popped here. Did the shard at least go the way of Luna? I don't think it did. And the respawn for H2O, what can they do in terms of damage? HellRaisers, and now the Lucent Beam, the Eclipse going to be dropped. H2O is going to go down a second time. Watson, he's on the march, going to be doing the damage here to Shigetsu. Shigetsu though, going to be able to get the time lapse off. It's going to be keeping him alive for a little bit longer, but he's still going to be taking the damage from the Lucent Beam. And Watson is going to be the rebound coming through from Gil. He gets to dispose off now as well, gets a stun. Phasor is going to follow, and I think this is going to be it for the side as Igor. He still has mana. No runs left to jump to though. No charges left. And yeah, Watson, he's mad that the Aegis was taken away from him. He did get the shard though, and they're going to be able to push into another set of racks here in the base of cybercats. And nobody, apart from, I mean, the Clockwork has the buyback, but he's coming back up in 3 seconds anyway. So this base, it's going to fall. It's going to go all the way to HellRaisers, and they're going to be able to unlock the Mega Creeps.
Without previous fight, you know, even before the Roche, HellRaisers secured themselves the Roche fight victory without the black hole. The thing is, even with a perfect hook shot, a perfect timing to go in from the side of cybercats, they had to get a perfect jump, kill the Pango before the Rolling Thunder. They still cannot win the fight, just because no one can deal with the Luna if there's no black hole. You have to keep this guy in check, and you didn't have the spell to do so. Yeah, the Midnight Pulse comes out. I love that the Dispose gets used here for Watson. He did get dragged back into the black hole a little bit, but it kept him away from it for a decent amount of time, and the damage just wasn't there to kill Watson off. And yeah, this is going to be I forget which match it was yesterday that I was watching. They're going to be able to get themselves into the cogs as well. H2O is going to go down. Igor, you know, he's popped that BKB. The buyback comes through from the Clockwork, but the buildings are dropping. You've got the Shigetsu who's going to TP into this. The Doom does come through, but Phasor going to fall now as well. Shigetsu tries to get himself in. There's going to be the reveal. Shigetsu using that BKB. The damage coming through from everybody on the side of HellRaisers that still stands. So Shigetsu goes down. Again, no buyback. The GG is going to be called, and Igor, the last man standing, gets himself back into the fountain as the Ancient should momentarily explode. They give you all of your best heroes, and you get absolutely destroyed. I think HellRaisers didn't only get a victory, but they made a statement. Our spot is not in Division 2. We are much better than these teams. We can crush them any time of the day. Sure, we did lose the series at the start of it, but we just weren't ready. We weren't so into Dota at that point. We were kind of relaxing. Now we are back. We are in boot camp. We're practicing every day, and we are looking like the strongest team here. So this is just a pretty big statement coming out from them, because because they're untouchable in Division 2, and they definitely do deserve the spot in Division 1, which they will get if they win the next game.
Yeah, it is all in their hands now, looking towards that second game. They want to force it to just end on a 2-game series. I was going to say before the game ended as well that the Marcy, we're starting to see this, even though, you know, she's being played well, she's being played to a high level, we're starting to see the Marcy being picked up around the Enigma to get the dispose off out of the Black Holes, around the Faceless Voice to get the dispose out from the Chronospheres as well. So it's just stepping this hero up to another level, which I like to see coming through. You know, when the heroes do get released and the pros start to play around in actual matches, you know, it just seems to be... It takes a while to unlock, especially around the meta, you know, unlock that next step of the hero, but it's close to being played to full potential, I think, and we'll see if it's going to be picked up in this in the next game as we get ourselves ready for the second game of HellRaisers versus cybercats coming up right after the break. We'll see you in a few, guys, as we will be taking a quick break before the second game starts. So see you in about 10 minutes or so.